What's going on, Bengals fans? Chris Daughtery here with another edition of Bengals Breakdown. We are talking about this AFC North matchup between the Pittsburgh Steelers and your Cincinnati Bengals at home tonight on Thursday Night Football. The Steelers are a 5.5-point favorite in this ball game tonight on Amazon Prime, by the way, so make sure you guys are subscribed. If you don't have Amazon Prime, well, that's okay, because we do our watch parties here on Bengals Breakdown, so make sure you guys hit that sub button. And also, if you guys want the Bengals to win this ball game tonight, make sure you also get down there and hit that like button for me if you want the Bengals to beat the Steelers. All right, right now, man, the Bengals are still in it. I know the last few games have really been super hard to watch for Bengals fans, but hey, you're still 2-4 right now. The Steelers are sitting in first place at 4-1. If you can get things going right now with Joe Flacco, and if you can come out with a win tonight, you're sitting pretty solid right now in the division. You would be one game, back from or 2 games, I think is what it technically would be, back from the, Steelers to be first place in the division there. And I'll be honest, I think things looked pretty solid last week against the Packers with Joe Flacco there at quarterback. So, we'll see what happens. I think if the Bengals can find a way to pull a couple of these next couple games out of the hat and end up winning them, by the time Joe Burrow gets back, they might be in a pretty good spot to be, in the playoff hunt there. The Steelers so far this year have just been a really weird team, to be honest with you. They are 4-1, but all of their wins have just been really scrappy wins. The only loss that they have this year is against the Seahawks there in week 2. But most of them, the Jets, that's a pretty bad football team. They just barely beat them. The Patriots are a pretty decent football team. They barely beat them. The Vikings are a really good football team. They just beat the crap out of you a couple weeks ago. They barely beat them. Browns, are the Browns at the end of the day. But, this Steelers team just all the time, they just find ways to win football games. And, right now, They are 4-1. I understand that, but they, at the end of the day, are kind of just middle of the pack right now in terms of their both offense and defensive rankings here. The Steelers scoring offense-wise, they're number 14 in the NFL. Defensive scoring-wise, they're number 16 in the NFL. So, this is definitely a winnable game for the Cincinnati Bengals tonight if they can just do some of the little things right. Don't miss tackles. Don't put yourselves in positions where you are, getting called for penalties that are, either drive extenders for the Steelers or drive killers for the Bengals. I think this is, just going to be one of these just weird AFC North matchups, and we'll see if the Bengals can end up getting a dub tonight. So who you guys got in this one? Type B for the Bengals or S for the Steelers. Let me know what you guys think down at the pinned comment of today's video. Thursday Night Football, AFC North matchup. It's definitely going to be just a very, very weird game. So let me know what you guys think down at the pinned comment of today's video. This is they're calling it the Battle of the Icy Hot game, or maybe they're just calling it the Icy Hot game. I'm calling it the Battle of the Old Heads, because both of these guys combined have, 35 years in the NFL, something like that. Aaron Rodgers has been around forever, and he's not necessarily playing great this year, but he's not really playing bad either. For the most part, he's taking care of the football, and he's just playing overall really good football right now. And look, Joe Flacco, kind of crazy. His QBR right now is 33.6. That actually went up last week when the Bengals took on the Packers. And I just think overall, Joe Flacco, with the targets that he has right now on this Bengals offense, he gets rid of the football if it's not there. For the most part, if he can help it, he's not taking bad sacks either. So we'll see what this Bengals offensive line is going to be able to do in terms of protection for Joe Flacco tonight. But this is just going to be your typical matchup of the old heads right here, and I cannot wait to see what Joe Flacco versus Aaron Rodgers looks like tonight. All right, we'll continue here in just a second, but today's show is presented by Omaha Stakes. During their early Black Friday sale, you guys can get 50% off site-wide and an extra 20% off select favorites at omahasteaks.com. Plus, our listeners here at Bengals Breakdown get an additional $35 off just by using promo code Bengals at checkout. Terms do apply, and you can see that website for extra details. But from everyday dinners and effortless entertainment to unforgettable gifts, Omaha Steaks delivers the world's best steak experience. Enjoy USDA-certified tender steaks, juicy burgers, cozy and convenient comfort meals, and so much more from Omaha Steaks. You can see it right there. It's not just steak. They have chicken, they have burgers, they have hot dogs. They've got a bunch of different types of things. They've got desserts, and they even have their very own seasoning as well. So if you need to, go to Omaha Steaks, everything right now site-wide, 50% off right off the bat. It's a very good, Christmas present that, you can send one of the bundles to the, relatives for Christmas time or whatever it is. A couple of those bundles, even right now, when you add on that 50% off plus that extra $35 off, some of those bundles right now actually under $100. So save big with Omaha Steaks and visit omahasteaks.com for 50% off site-wide and get an extra 20% off select favorites during their early Black Friday sale. And you guys here at Bengals Breakdown get an additional $35 off just by using promo code Bengals at checkout. Terms do apply, and you can see that website for extra details, but it's 50% off site-wide right now at omahasteaks.com, plus an additional $35 off just by using promo code Bengals at checkout. That link is down in the comment section of today's show. It's also going to be down at the pinned comment of today's video as well. We appreciate Omaha Steaks for being the sponsor of today's show. All right, a look at the Bengals injury report here. This is the one that came out on Wednesday evening. Mike Gesicki, he got put on injured reserve with that pec injury, so you're not going to see him for a while. Trey Hendrickson, going to be questionable in this game. They said it was a back injury, originally. Now it's a hip injury for Trey Hendrickson, so we'll see if he ends up going tonight. Tanner Hudson, he was ruled out with a concussion. Charlie Jones also dealing with a rib injury, so he's going to be questionable. So we'll see. Maybe I wonder if Jermaine Burton gets activated for this game this week. And Lucas Patrick, really weird in my opinion here. He was listed as questionable with that calf injury. We're now 8 days into that 21-day practice window. He has practiced now for the past 5 days, I believe it was, full practices for Lucas Patrick. Hasn't been limited in any kind of way, but still listed as questionable here for the Bengals. So unless something crazy happens, Lucas Patrick probably also going to be out for this game. Over to the Steelers now. This one's interesting. Calvin Austin was ruled out on Wednesday. He's been dealing with a shoulder injury for the past couple of weeks here. Deshaun Elliott was questionable as well. He's really been, having some veteran rest days plus a couple of personal days for him, so he might be good to go for this game. Miles Killebrew going to be out with a knee injury, and Malik Harrison also going to be questionable with a knee injury as well. But that that Calvin Austin injury is going to be very notable because right now he is the third leading receiver for this Steelers team. DK Metcalf, they got him in the offseason. He is their leading receiver right now. Past couple of games, he's been going absolutely crazy. Jaylen Warren is also actually their number 2 receiver, but also their leading running back as well. So the Bengals are going to have to, be able to cover him coming out of the backfield. And you see right there, Calvin Austin, their number 3, pass catcher so far this year. And then tight end Jonnu Smith, number 4. He's only got 89 yards this year, but still, tight ends and running backs have killed the Bengals so far this year coming out of the backfield. So hopefully those linebackers can really, bottle them up. And then when, they do end up, getting checkdowns or whatever it might be, coming out of the backfield there, just wrap them up, take them down, because missed tackles have also been an issue for this Bengals defense. So predict the score, 2 Bengals versus Steelers. Let me know what you guys think. Right now the spread is 5.5. Yeah, I think I think it could be even closer than that. So let me know what you guys think. Predict the score, 2 Bengals versus Steelers tonight on Thursday Night Football. We'll also be live for this game as well, so make sure you guys also join us for that as well. So a very interesting stat here in the Mike Tomlin era. The Steelers have not won a division game on Thursday Night Football. So there is precedent here that, the Steelers, a couple times a year, There's a couple games a year that they should win that they just end up laying an egg. And these AFC North divisional games are always really, really weird. So, in my opinion, I think this is a must-win game for the Cincinnati Bengals. You're only allowed, in my opinion, to play the must-win card only one time. If you do end up winning the game, you get that back. But, you can't play the must-win card and then lose and then play it again. That kind of defeats the whole purpose of having the must-win card there. But I think this is a must-win game for a reason for the Bengals tonight. You can't let the Steelers come in here and raw dog you, as Jamar Chase would say. You got to be able to wrap it up. And by wrap it up, I mean Steelers ball carriers. You cannot have all these missed tackles that you've been having. Jordan Battle's leading the team right now. I think he's got 13 missed tackles according to PFF. You're just giving team extra yards and extra plays, extending those drives when you could be getting off the field and get your offense the ball again. So I think the Bengals are going to win this one. I'm going to go full homer here because I'm playing my must-win card in this game today. Bengals win the icy hot game. Battle of the old heads. I think Joe Flacco is going to come up big in this one, and I'm going to say he leads a 2-minute drive to set Evan McPherson up for a walk-off field goal.